Welcome to Rainbow Popcorn. We are 2 out of 3 brothers reviewing queer cinema and cam classics live at Pride of Our Footscray. How are you, Brett?
I'm great, Lee. I'm very much looking forward to this.
Me too. I don't know why.
I need a good laugh.
So bad it's good. It is Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. According to just about every movie blogger on the entire internet, it is the most homoerotic slasher film of all time.
Well, that's saying something,
and that
isn't it?
includes the gay ones.
Yep.
It's ranked above
Yep.
the ones that are made with actual gay characters.
Yes.
By actual queer filmmakers.
Yep.
It is part of the franchise, Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, which has 6 official films, 2 non-canon films, which movie nerds know more about than me, which are Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Yep.
And Freddy vs. Jason. And then there was a 2010 remake of Nightmare on Elm Street 1.
Right.
This is Nightmare on Elm Street 2 that we're doing tonight.
This is
Freddy's Revenge.
Freddy's Revenge. It did okay at the box office, Lee. It got $30 million from a $3 million budget.
Pretty good.
The first one got $57 million from a $1 million budget.
Okay, so not as good.
But still okay considering the quality of the movie. But we'll get to that afterwards.
Get to that. This one's interesting. It has a different premise to the original film. In the original film, Freddy possesses you or kills you in your dreams. But in this one, Freddy possesses the main character when he falls asleep to do his killing for him.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, well, even Wes Craven read the script and thought it was silly, so he didn't want to come back and do it.
It says a lot when the original creator of the concept is like, no, not going to do 2. I don't like that script.
Yeah, and it was because of the certain, what he said, breaks the rules of Freddy. How it was set up, so it's different with the possession rather than the dreams.
Yeah, I think he came back for 3. Because that went more back to Nightmare on Elm Street 3. The Dream Child was number 4.
Okay, great. 5. Thank you.
Yes, that is in my notes there. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Because the original idea for Nightmare on Elm Street 2 was to have Freddy possess an unborn baby.
Okay.
Because the writer was inspired by the film Rosemary's Baby.
Right.
Yeah. But one of the executives at New Line Cinema was pregnant at the time that was pitched to them. And so they were like, no, I don't want to spend 6 months making a film about a baby killing people before it's born. Yeah. Probably not good for my growing fetus. But it did get repitched for Nightmare 5, The Dream Child. And that became the 5th in the franchise instead.
Not the 4th.
And we get Jesse in 2, just mincing around for 2 hours.
Well, the other thing that they originally were going to do differently with Freddy was that it was just going to be played by an extra wearing a mask.
Oh, just some other guy?
One. Yeah, we're going to save money by not paying him to come back. And then I think they started doing it and went, actually, I think we need this guy.
Well, yeah, actually...
We need the one good actor to come back and act.
We need the guy that actually is Freddy.
Yeah.
Like Robert Englund is Freddy. And as you will see through the movie, he is the best, probably, acting portrayal in it.
Yeah, and so it did become the cult classic because of the subtext, shall we say. And they originally were like, no, there's no subtext here. But then in 2010, they're like, there's actually
a lot of subtext.
So,
and they admitted it. Mark Patton, who plays Jesse, the main boy in the film, was closeted during the filming of the movie. But he said he didn't enjoy the experience. He said that the filmmakers took advantage of that and made him do a lot more queer-coded stuff than he would normally. And so that's one of the things that adds to the queerness of the movie, as well as Jessie being that final girl, which is your typical slasher thing. A lot of the bloggers kind of say that as they go.
Yeah. You know what we're going to need to get through this?
A drink.
A cocktail.
We are going to need a drink.
Yes.
Mon has created a cocktail for us called Freddy's Revenge. And while... Oh, Mon is right there, ready to go.
Oh,
Bring
timing.
those over. Give it up for Mon, everybody.
Ooh.
Looks fantastic.
Ooh, with a
Beautiful.
cherry.
Oh, with a cherry.
I love it.
Brett's ones that he makes for our other recording session in my spare bedroom at home don't look as good as Mon's.
No. I don't have the cherry on the stick.
The full cocktail bar.
All right,
so this is a Freddy's Revenge. Let's have a taste. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's good.
We didn't script that.
Didn't script that one.
that is
good.
Yep.
Very well balanced.
I might have two.
Not sweet like Simply Divine was last month for Hairspray, but very well balanced flavours. I've forgotten what's in it, but...
it has rum, Cointreau,
yes,
lime juice, cranberry juice. So it's like a Cosmo, but with a twist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. So, yes, live audience that is here, you can order one of those Freddy's Revenge cocktails in the break that we are about to take. But before we do, I want to explain a couple of things that are on your table. You've got a couple of QR codes. One is to subscribe to our podcast, To Drink Cinema, which after those cocktails, the name should be explanatory. And the other side is to rate the film with us. So we have created an acronym, which is something that we love to do, and it is the Pride scale that we rate all of our Rainbow Popcorn movies on. So we are looking at presentation, representation, iconicness, dialogue, and entirety. So if you scan the QR code, there's a little form you can fill out to tell us your ratings out of 5, and we'll go through those once the movie finishes. But right now we're going to have a break. Chance for you to get a cocktail or order some food. And then we'll be back in about 10 minutes' time for A Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Freddy's Revenge.
Freddy's Revenge.
Ooh, thank you.
Thank you.
Someone is coming back to Elm Street. He is not friendly. He is not patient.
Kill for me.
And he is not a welcome visitor.
No!
But he has something terribly special for the new kid on the block.
It started to happen again.
Dad!
I'm in trouble. You've had some scary dreams, okay? Help!
Daddy can't help you now.
There's something inside him.
Fight him! You are not afraid of him. He doesn't even exist.
Freddy Krueger is back on Elm Street.
Get out of here, Lisa!
Jesse, fight him!
Watch out for him. He'll be in your neighborhood soon. A Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 2.
You are all my children now.
Freddy's Revenge.
All right, now we get to talk about the movie, which on Brett's side of things is more questions than answers.
What the... No, okay. Has anybody not seen it before? Yes. Yeah, good. Okay. I'm glad I could be here to experience that with you.
The first time Brett and I watched it together in preparation, I think there was a number of times where Brett just was like, what the fuck?
I think it was a mixture of at one point laughing a lot and then going, I'm so confused. Why did that bird just explode?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did that have to do with anything?
Just things are very hot.
Yeah,
and I'm
sure.
not just talking about Jesse and Grady. Things
okay,
are
great.
just very hot.
And look,
when it comes to it. Yeah.
And keen to get other people's scores on it. So don't forget to scan the QR
Yeah.
code if you
Scan
want
your
to
QR code and give us your
rate
ratings
it on the Pride scale.
on the Pride scale.
But I will start with a question, Lee.
Yeah, okay.
And I wrote it in my notes to make sure I got it right.
Yep.
What the fuck was that about? Do you have an answer for me?
No.
Okay, great.
Other than Freddy kills people,
Yeah.
a reasonably low body count, actually.
Yeah.
One of the people dies from being trampled to death
Yep.
in the barbecue, not because of Freddy,
Well,
which is...
by extension.
Yeah, Freddy causes the cat, but
Yeah.
there's not a lot of the slashing.
Slashing. Yeah.
Yeah. The opening is interesting. Opening with a dream obviously makes sense for the movie, and the girls on the bus really set the bar for the acting
Yep.
throughout the movie.
No idea who they were.
No, just figments of Jesse's or Freddy's.
That looked like
dream
a
imagination.
completely different kid to Jesse in the first bit
The dream
to the rest of the movie.
Jesse. Yeah.
Well, he was wearing a shirt that was fully buttoned up.
Yeah, I
So
think
that
the
was
only time
different.
Jesse was fully dressed was when he went down at midnight to get a drink of juice. It was the only
Yeah,
time in the movie where he's like actually fully dressed.
He comes out of bed in his tidy whities and he readjusts himself and then he goes, oh, I'm boiling hot in my room. I better get fully dressed to go downstairs.
Including shoes.
Yeah, including shoes. But when he goes to the gay S&M club in the rain, don't need shoes.
Don't wear shoes, no.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't get you into Pride.
No, you need to wear shoes to get into Pride.
So
Yeah.
I don't know how he even got
But
in.
Pride is a classy establishment. Don's place in the thing, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, they did let a 17-year-old in to buy beer and then get taken away by his PE teacher, which we will come back to.
Yeah. We will definitely
in
come back
a
to
little
that.
bit more detail.
Yeah.
That start, the bus scene sets it up.
Great.
Cortex did tell us that
Yeah.
that was a third of the budget of the movie,
Oh.
just on that opening dream.
On
$1
the
million.
word art. On the
Not
word
on the
art
word art
credits.
titles.
Or
On
the
the
fake
bus
trees.
scene, the fake trees.
Right.
The special effects cost a lot more.
They were pretty good.
They
were
didn't
not
have
bad. They weren't awful.
AI. They could just do it with
Like
they
Katy
can now.
Perry at the grand final.
Yeah.
They couldn't just
So it was
put action.
it's a very expensive opening.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably another of the $1 million was spent on Robert Englund, and then
I
the
reckon.
rest was distributed through the rest of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a very gay movie. I'll just say that at the front.
You know what? We'll talk in depth. I don't know. It's homoerotic and homophobic at the same time.
Yeah, it's a tough one to call either way.
Yeah.
The writer of the movie said that, or the writer and director said that we didn't make Jesse as gay, like it wasn't directorial and written. That
So,
was just
okay. Yeah.
him making those choices.
So it was his choice to put that song on while he was cleaning his room
Well,
and to
yeah.
close the door with his bum.
It certainly wasn't his choice. It was definitely written in the script for him to say he's inside me and he wants to have me again.
Yep.
Which I know is Matt's favourite line from the movie. That was not a writing choice, but there was the acting choices. It
Well-
wasn't the directors gaying it up. And I wasn't
Okay, sure.
when I was watching it whether or not that was his choice to make that gay or whether he is just actually gay and not that good an actor at playing a straight character.
I think maybe
that there's a little bit of both. But he did stop acting after this one, as we said before.
did. Yeah.
Because he was
Not good.
after this cast in a couple of movies as gay characters.
Yeah.
And so he quit acting because he was worried about being stereotyped and typecast as a gay. So instead decided to take up a career in interior decorating. Just to get as far away from the gays as possible.
Great.
PE teacher's terrible.
PE teacher
Throughout the
well,
movie.
I don't know what to say. I just wrote terrible PE teacher.
Yeah, and then I was wondering why they, during a softball match, decided to have the archery happening at right
Yeah,
field
at the same time.
at the same time.
Then I was
And the thing they were
wondering-
most worried about was Jesse getting hit in the head with the ball, not any of the arrows that were flying around
Pay
from the
attention
nearby
next
kids.
time.
Yeah.
Then we get a ridiculous bit of softballness
Yes.
that then results in him pulling down his pants.
Well, yeah. Which, yes.
Nice ass.
Nice ass. And then the lines of the
Yeah.
horniness come.
Uh-huh.
Are you mounting it nightly
Are
or
you
what?
mounting her nightly or what?
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is interesting. And the girl asks, are you getting any
Yep.
yet?
Yeah.
And yeah, the PE teacher just like assume the position
Assume that, yeah.
means do push-ups.
Well, he does like pretty boys, apparently.
Apparently.
According to them.
Yeah, he
So-
did make a beeline for him in the bar also. Before he then took him back to the gym and made him do laps with no shoes on.
Yep.
And then even though it was presumably the middle of the night, I think just by default, gym teachers just say, hit the showers.
Well,
He didn't need to
there
make Jesse have a shower.
Well, he wanted Jesse in the shower.
Yeah,
right?
okay, all right. Then he got the jump ropes.
He did.
Freddie came... Are you saying Freddie came to his rescue in killing the gym teacher then? In towel whipping the
okay,
naked
yeah.
gym teacher in the showers with Freddie coming to his rescue.
That's the other thing I don't get about this version of Freddy, right? So in the first one, he's just in your dreams and he kills you.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yep.
Believable. I understand. This one, he can then set things on fire and explode things and then
Explode birds in midair.
possess balls and ropes and
Toasters,
towels.
barbecues.
Toasters. Yeah.
Yeah, the toaster catches fire.
Yeah.
The bird catches
The
fire.
bird blows up. I don't get it.
Yeah, I lock doors.
Don't get it.
Just, and this version of Freddy hates the good China.
Oh, he hates it. He's just
Just waiting.
There's two things he hates: teenagers and crockery.
Crockery. Yeah. That's Nightmare 2. He's maybe that furnace is where they used to fire the crockery, like in the kiln.
Oh, so it was a kiln, not a
It was
furnace.
a kiln, not
Okay.
a furnace. Yeah, and that's
That
why
is,
he hates kids and just waited until Lisa looked at him, and then swept that whole shelf clear.
Okay.
And then
That's
like fuck that vase at the barbecue.
Yeah, okay.
Off he goes.
Yeah. And then patio furniture, just get out of the way.
Get out of it. I'm going to boil the pool as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some very, very different Freddy Krueger in this one.
Yeah.
To Nightmare 1 and Nightmare 3,
Yeah, okay.
which are the 3 that I've watched. I haven't yet got to 4, 5, 6, the other 2, and the remake.
And the remake, okay.
Yeah. I skipped Freddy vs. Jason when it came out,
Okay.
as I think quite a few people did. Maybe I'll watch the remake.
Okay, great. I'm not gonna.
Maybe not. We're not going to add that to the list for future podcast watches then.
You know what? A lot of my favourite bits of the movie are just how sassy Jesse is.
He's sassy. Our recent 2 Drink Cinema review was The Lion King,
Yeah.
and we talked a lot about Scar
Okay.
and
now,
how
yep.
sassy Scar is.
Yeah.
And I think Jesse's right up there.
I love this. Well, the stomping up the stairs.
Stomping up the stairs.
Fantastic. And then the ugh. And then take that, Dad. When you throw your underwear in the drawer.
It all peaks
Yeah.
after he kills Grady, when he comes back to see Lisa, and he's just like, I killed Grady. I can't do this anymore. He's got blood all over his hands, and it's all a bit much.
It is a bit much.
Hilarious.
It's great.
And makes it a great watch for Rainbow Popcorn.
Yeah.
More so than the other ones.
The other thing, so the other trope that I love about 80s movies is how terrible parents are in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like, I think we need him, he needs to go to a psychiatrist. And the dad says, what are you out of your gourd? What's that going to do?
But that's even from the start. Like, Jesse wakes up with this blood-curdling scream,
Yeah.
and Mum's just like, oh, he'll be okay.
Well, the sister, why can't he wake up like a normal person?
And then when it really starts to go to shit, the Mum's like, oh, you're looking better.
And he's not. He looks
not.
terrible.
He's not.
He didn't even iron his shirt.
You're out of your gourd. He needs a methadone clinic.
He needs a methadone clinic, yeah.
But maybe one thing that the parents definitely didn't do, if my PE teacher was murdered, my parents would probably say, are you okay? Do you need a day off school?
Yeah.
Would you like to talk to someone about
Well,
it?
the school would probably do something.
Yeah. But the dad's like, fucking get to school.
Yeah.
He
Have you
hates
cleaned
his-
your room yet?
He hates his son.
He does. I don't know
He
why.
hates his son. I don't know where that comes. Maybe that's why
Well,
they
it's 'cause he's
had the. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's why they had the second kid so late.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
once they realised what Jesse was like, they're like, fuck this, we're going to have a second
Can
kid.
we try again? Try get a good one?
Because they're old. The parents are old.
That's what happened with our parents. So it took them,
Oh,
took them
yeah,
3
right.
times to get it right.
No, they thought they had the eldest and they're like, oh, this one's good, we'll have another one. And they're like, oh, maybe we'll try for a third.
And just right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. The
Right.
that's why the middle brother doesn't listen to or attend our podcast events.
Yeah.
There's...
Should
Just-
we talk about? Can we talk? Let's just talk about the
Talk about the
S&M bar
gays.
and
Okay.
the shower.
Yeah.
Amazing, ridiculous.
Amazing and ridiculous. I'm not sure why it's in there. The writer did say homophobia was big in the 80s, and so I was trying to make something that kids in the closet could maybe identify with and feel a bit of connection to. I
That
don't
makes
know.
no sense.
I don't know.
I really connect with this kid who's getting possessed by some demon who is killing his PE teacher in the shower by whipping him to death with a towel.
Yeah, and then also killing the boy that he has a crush on.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe
That's what it is.
It's the gayness is that what Freddy's trying to kill.
Freddy is representative of his gayness, and so
And that's
is
why he
killing
comes out
any
of him
other
later?
things. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And so because the PE
Showers.
teacher, gay, kills him.
Yep.
Got a crush on Grady, kills him.
But also in the showers,
Yep.
where there would
Yep.
be a lot for a
Yep.
presumably closeted gay boy
And
to look
who
at.
did he hit the showers with first? Grady.
Grady, that's true.
Yep.
Yep.
And then he
Maybe
gets
that's
saved
it.
at the end by the love of a good woman.
Oh. So when he decides to be straight,
Yeah,
when he makes
homophobic.
that choice,
Yeah.
he is
homophobic.
Yeah, so okay.
Yep.
So we shouldn't have watched it.
It was still funny. I don't know.
So
shouldn't have.
we've decided at Pride for Rainbow Popcorn to screen a homophobic horror movie.
That's how I ever interpreted the movie.
All right. It makes more sense than a lot of the theories you came up with throughout the movie, to be fair.
Because there was theories of
there weren't
me
many
saying
theories, you're
I'm
right.
so confused is a theory. Because that's basically what I did through the whole
I'm very
movie.
confused, and then at the end we were like, oh yeah, he says I love you, and then the straight Jesse comes out
Yeah.
of the burnt gay Freddy.
Yeah. And he's watched by 2 dogs with baby faces for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't...
And then the weird cat thing
the
eats
cat
the rat.
thing with the... No, I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
How many times have I said that? I don't get it.
Not as many. It's interesting. Very interesting.
Do you think that when they're in the cafeteria
Yep.
and...
Before they have their little lovers tiff.
Yeah, they have the little lovers
Grady and
tiff.
Jesse.
Shut up, Grady. Do you think that it was the director that said to Grady, how about this take? You just keep eating your food. Don't swallow any of your food.
No.
And do all your lines with a mouthful so we don't understand a word you're saying, where you're just like...
Yeah, I still don't know. This is the 4th time I've watched it. I still don't know why Grady didn't go to Lisa's party. He told us.
Because they had a lover's tiff.
No, he gave us a reason.
Oh, no, because he pushed his grandma down the stairs. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. He did say that,
Yeah,
didn't he?
okay.
Yeah. He said, how do you not... I've watched Sylvester Stallone movies.
Oh,
That's
okay.
how I can understand
Yeah.
what he's
All
saying.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that directorial choice or whether that
It
was...
made no sense.
Whether that was another one that the director and writer handballed back to the actor. It was like, no, the
Yeah.
actor made that choice to
Yeah.
stuff his mouth and then try and say his lines.
Yeah.
It's... Yeah, then... That's about all of it. There's
Look, the party...
a lot more we could say.
The party is...
The party's great. Well, her friend thinks it's great even though 6 people died.
I mean, she thought it was great.
Great party. That guy set on fire. Great party.
Yeah, great party, Lisa. I got laid.
I almost got
Like-
boiled alive while I was getting fingered in the pool.
Yeah, she did. And then my favourite line is in the party
Yep.
when that random guy tries to be a hero and he's like,
Outacts Jesse.
I can help you. And Freddy just goes, help yourself, fucker.
Yeah.
Great.
And then, you're all my children now. But then just walks off.
And then just walks through the
Leaves
bush.
them.
Yeah.
Just catches fire.
Yeah, just catches fire, walks away, and then goes back to the factory thing.
The kiln
The kiln.
goes back to the crockery
Yeah.
factory
Yeah,
where he makes the good china.
sure. Yeah.
Maybe he was underpaid at the crockery factory.
Okay.
And so then got really angry. Then some kids came on an excursion to see the crockery factory, and they're the kids that he killed. No. Am I trying too hard now?
I don't know. I think you're reading too much into the smashing of crockery, to be honest.
All right.
He's just an angry...
Well, I just,
person.
as a writer, when I watch movies, I try to wonder why something is in there. Why would a writer consciously put this moment where he waits for Lisa and then sweeps the good china off? So I'm just trying to help the writer out by actually making the story make sense to the audience.
I think it's also just bad editing. So maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah, right.
Like the cat and mouse possessed thing at the kiln, if we're calling it a kiln.
We're calling it a kiln, yeah.
That is, yeah, I don't understand that.
I wonder if those baby-faced dogs actually were rejected by Ghostbusters movie and they were left in a soundstage.
Right.
They're like, well, these look scary, let's put them in.
Yeah.
They don't do anything.
They
just
don't,
kind of
because she
snap
just
at her and
walks
she's
straight
just like,
past.
oh, well, I'll keep walking.
And then she has that thing on her leg that then is infected or something, but then is fine.
Yeah, because it's the dream. He's making her dream that they're infected, so she'll get scared and run away. And leave Freddy to fully convert Jesse into a gay.
At the kiln.
At the kiln.
All right, great.
So then he can sell antique china.
For his interior designing business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just to keep more stereotypes going.
The Springwood Antique Store, run by Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Run by Jesse.
Jesse.
As Freddy
Yeah.
Krueger. Yeah, and then if any kids come in with their school bags on, because antique stores hate that, Freddy kills them.
What the fuck are we talking about? You're making no sense.
So, I'm making sense to someone in the audience.
I don't know.
I heard at least one person laugh.
Okay, great.
Okay, that counts, and I'm gonna take it. Shall we do some scoring? Is there anything else generally about the movie that we haven't mentioned in our copious amounts of notes, which includes many questions on your side of things?
Why? What's the dogs with faces? What's going on? Why is he possessing things?
Why does
what
he
does this
say-
have to do with thing? When they're making out, then what is with the tongue?
The tongue is the bit that doesn't make sense to me. It took me a little
The
while. but
one bit?
No, but I realised why everything was hot because of the kiln. That's why everything
Okay.
catches fire throughout
Yeah.
other things, and his butt plug melts on his bedside table
Yeah,
and that bit. But the tongue, I don't understand.
No.
No.
That was him
'Cause it's-
starting to come out of him.
No, well, I was going to say, there's no point having a long tongue. It's not like he's ever going to go down on her.
Oh, Jesus.
No, well, he's not. He stops at her sternum for about a minute and a half. She's pushing on his head. And he's like, no, I'm going to go down on Grady and his patent leather sheets instead.
And you're in bed with me? Yeah.
She's waiting in the cabana and you want to sleep with me?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. That's you, Grady.
Gosh.
And you're wearing those little camouflage shorts. Anyway, I'm not going to get sidetracked by that. Shall we do some...
Let's do some scores, shall we?
Ratings.
Yeah.
All right. So, presentation is up first. Do you want the audience score before or after we do our scores?
After.
Okay. Because last time, the audience was much more generous for Hairspray than we were.
Might be for this too, I don't know.
But we'll see. I think presentation-wise, all right, the look.
Yep.
I think for the time, the effects are pretty good.
I think they are. I think like the opening isn't perfect, but it's all right.
It was 1985, and they didn't have big money.
Yeah, I think that the bit that looks all right, which is when Freddy's all like, "I need your body, I've got the brains," and he pulls his head off.
Head off, skin off. Yep.
Like that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And then the bit of Freddy, doing an alien out of
coming out of Jesse.
Yeah, that looks all right.
Yeah. I think the cuts into the back of the gym teacher are pretty brutal.
Yeah.
They look pretty real.
The sound's pretty good too.
I think sometimes the clinking of his claws is a little bit overdone. But generally, I think the sound is pretty good.
My favourite, I don't know if this goes in presentation, but I'm putting it there. My favourite bit of the movie is at the party, and then that one random guy walks up to the fence and then pushes the fence, and then it zaps. And then he stands there for 30 seconds and goes, zap.
Oh, it's hot.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a great bit.
That's a
my
great
favourite bit. And I love that they put that in the trailer too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's obviously a highlight of the movie. A couple of things for presentation that make this a gayer movie.
Okay. Yeah.
It is a slasher film that has no bare breasts in it.
Oh.
I think you could watch every slasher film from the 80s. Well, in this one, the only boobs you see are Lisa's dad's.
Okay.
And a bit of side boob of Lisa.
Yeah.
But no actual breasts.
Okay.
And like we've watched Halloween, and that's like
breasts.
scene one is
Yeah.
all breasts.
Yep.
No breasts. So that's
Okay.
gay.
That's
But you
a
see
good
a
point.
lot of arse.
You see a lot of him in tidy whities.
A lot of tidy whities. A lot of Jesse's ass and the gym teacher's ass.
Yeah.
But I was wondering, the amount of time that Jesse is shirtless or in his jocks or wearing not many clothes at all, I'm wondering if that's the director trying to make Jesse's character look gayer, or whether the director actually just wanted to fuck Mark Patton.
Oh, I don't know.
Because he spends, I think, far too much time for the point of the story.
No, but isn't that the same then? If you're saying that he's the final girl of this
Yeah.
movie, then what's the difference than then, the final girl just being in her tidy whitey bra and pants?
Jamie Lee
Same
Curtis
thing.
is not.
Yeah, well, that's different. That was a good movie.
Are you comparing it to actual slasher movies or scary movie where the tits are just out?
No, actual slasher movies, not Carmen Electra in the opening of Scary Movie 1.
Where a fake boob
Yeah.
comes out with the knife.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot of skin then. It's just
It's
boy
just a
skin
different
instead
version of skin.
of girl skin,
Yeah,
which is a point against
the-
it being homophobic.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, what are you giving it out of 5 for presentation though?
Look,
overall.
I think I'm going to give it like a 2.5.
A 2.5?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder, like, for the time, it would have looked good then.
Okay.
And it wasn't terribly shot.
There were actually some good shots in it. Like when they go to the kiln, they were some good shots.
Yeah, I think that shot where Kevin Bacon and Sarah Jessica Parker walk into the kiln.
Fucking idiot. What, the Wish version?
Yeah, that's what they look like. I thought they could have been at a Footloose from Temu. But
okay. Yeah.
And he does that clicking that Kevin Bacon does before he bums the
did
drawer.
not.
He did. I noticed
God.
it. Anyway.
Okay. So what are you giving it?
All right, so
for
I'm going to give it
presentation?
a 3.5
Ooh, okay.
because I think for the time it was actually pretty good.
All right.
Half the audience gave it a 4. But they don't have the luxury of
4.
3.5 like I do.
So they rounded up.
So I assume they rounded up.
Okay.
So some 4s, 3s and 2s. No 1 to 5, which is not
That's
surprising.
not surprising at all.
Representation. This is a tough one. How well are people, particularly queer people, represented in this movie? I'm still undecided whether it's homoerotic or homophobic.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to score it based on that.
I don't know either.
But there is, like, if the gym teacher is actually queer, that's...
yeah.
No, but, like, is meant to be actually queer, not just queer-coded. That's a big thing in a 1985 movie, I think.
Yeah.
Is that a positive... He does die.
I don't know if it's a positive representation of it.
But is it positive that he's
takes
there?
the school kid back to the shower.
Yeah, but, like, gym teachers just say, hit the showers.
Not
I think it's
after
just their-
you've picked up a student
No,
at
I think
a club.
that's just like they're pre-programmed. They learn it in their first year of uni. At the end of any amount of time, gym teachers just say, hit the showers.
And
I think it's just a default.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
It's not a thing. The fact that he then went and got the jump ropes to tie him up is what turns it for me.
Yeah. That was weird. I don't know how to
Yeah.
score it.
Do you
If
want...
we're talking about how gay Jesse is, I just wrote, there's a lot of my notes. He's got a gay walk, he runs gay. And then I just wrote down certain things that he said that sounded gay. Obviously there's he's inside me and he wants to take me again,
Yes.
right? And then
Daddy can't save you now. That one. That's
Daddy
not
can't
just-
save you now, you've got the body. That's
Yep,
one.
that's Freddy.
But then it's also, but just before the bird explodes for no reason,
Yeah.
Jesse walks in and just goes, "Oh, it's hot as an oven in here."
Yeah. Yep.
And then the cleaning up the room scene.
Yes.
No straight man has cleaned up a room.
To that song?
No.
No. No one's putting disco on.
No.
No straight guy's putting disco on.
No.
To clean up the room.
No. I killed Jesse. I killed Grady. I killed Schneider. What do I have to do to make you understand me?
So
Sorry, I put that on a bit.
Is that good representation or not?
I
Then?
don't know.
Let's see what the audience.
It's hard to say, but
Rated.
I don't think I'm going to grade it highly for representation. I'm probably going to give it like a...
So the audience was pretty evenly split. Just over half gave it a 3,
Okay.
and just under half gave it a 2.
I was leaning towards a 2.
Yeah, I was leaning towards a
3.2.
2.25.
Fucking hell.
Just because I love the quarter points, so
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 2.25.
Okay.
You've got a 2 in the audience. I guess average is 2.75. Iconicness.
Gosh.
Usually we rate this on how iconic it is as a queer movie.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said at the start, it is rated by the entire internet as the gayest slasher film of all time. So that is
Yep.
iconic.
Yep.
And
I don't know if it's that iconic.
as a... It's a... The franchise is like... The franchise is
The
iconic.
franchise is iconic. Is this the worst part of the franchise?
Well, I haven't watched 4, 5 and
No?
6, so I don't
There's
know.
a worse one? 5. Is that the one with the baby?
That's the baby.
All right. Next week we're doing...
Is it... Is it
Oh, God.
is it the baby that's on the face of the dog at the kiln at the end of it? Is that...
Ooh.
Maybe that's where it came in. Maybe they wrote that in the script but forgot to take it out when it wasn't the baby storyline.
Yeah, all right.
Maybe that explains it.
I think we should stop trying to explain this movie.
Yeah, right. We haven't got enough time. Iconicness.
I don't know.
It's an iconic franchise, and I think it's an iconic... I think it's an iconic so bad it's good, and so unintentionally/intentionally queer movie. I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Okay, I'm going to give it a 3.
Okay.
What would you say is the most iconic scene? I think I know my one.
So I've got a couple of suggestions.
Okay.
I think the pool scene
Yeah.
is pretty iconic.
Yeah.
But the
It's-
audience agrees with
it's-
what you're about to say. I'll just say that.
It's the shower scene.
It's the shower
It's the
scene.
shower scene. If we're ranking it on how homoerotic it is,
Yeah.
that's the bit.
So a few people said shower scene. Someone said, I'm torn between the towel whipping in the showers, the super red bum, versus the nuzzling of his head between the girlfriend's breasts and Jesse's
Okay.
tongue goes lizard long.
Okay, great. Lizard
Because-
long. That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
But
lizard long.
overwhelmingly, the voting is for the shower scene.
Yeah.
So I think that is the iconic movie. I'm not sure if TikTok will allow me to share that scene on TikTok to highlight and give the award of the most iconic scene, but we'll see how we go with the community standards.
Yeah.
The scoring for iconicness from the audience averages out to be a 3.25.
Oh, there you go. So
Yeah.
does our score.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
good.
we're
Well-
on board this week.
Yeah.
Unlike with Hairspray. The dialogue, let's just go through some lines. Assume the positions means push-ups,
Yep.
which apparently he hangs around queer S&M joints downtown and likes pretty boys like you.
Uh-huh.
That's one of the first things that Grady ever says to Jesse in
Yeah.
their
and
whole
th-
friendship.
yeah. And then he says, "Are you mounting her nightly or what?"
There's horny points in this one.
There's massive.
I think
horny
we got to
points.
add horny back to the scale.
I don't know.
It doesn't fit in the Pride
Now we're going to have to come up
acronym.
with another acronym.
Yeah. That'll be acronym number 6 for our podcast so far.
Why can't Jesse wake up like everyone else? I think
Yes.
is up there. I think this is my favourite line of the movie. Hey Grady, do you remember your dreams? Only the wet ones. Great.
That's such a high school boy conversation.
Yeah.
Like, that's Jesse trying to reach out to have a proper conversation with his mate, and his mate's like, nah, dick joke.
Actually,
And then they just move on. They don't talk about it anymore.
Actually, I don't know if that is my favourite line because I just read a few more that I wrote down.
Well, you've already said, help yourself,
Help
fucker.
yourself, fucker. Sorry, I don't know why I find that so funny. And also, Grady, being a great friend, gives Jesse some good advice when he's
Yeah.
not sleeping. He says, "Why don't you just go home and take a bottle of sleeping pills?"
Yeah, not ideal. Grady's just like, get the fuck out of my room. I don't care what happens
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah, just take a whole bottle.
But then he's also, that line, she's waiting in the cabana, but you want to sleep with me.
Uh-huh.
That was a great party. It's a terrible line.
It's a terrible line because
Because
it wasn't a good party.
So many people
I feel
died.
like everybody just forgot that party happened. Like as in like that people died. Because then on the school bus he just, skips to the school bus.
With all
and-
bandaged up.
Yeah, he's all bandaged up and then he gets on and then he's all like, "Oh, maybe I've got some trauma." And everybody's like, "Why?" And all on the school bus, like he's yelling at the school driver, like the
He's
bus
yelling at
driver.
the bus driver, and everyone's
So
like,
then
what
everybody's
the
like,
fuck's wrong with
"What's-
this guy?
What, did you go to a party where you got possessed by a demon?
Yeah. And then went to a kiln where a baby-faced dog almost ate your girlfriend.
I don't get it."
Yeah, what's
Anyway.
wrong? Just come back to school tomorrow. We got exams.
Yeah.
Dad would have sent him back.
Dad
That's
would-
why,
yeah.
because his dad hates him.
Yeah.
There are some good lines. There's also some average script throughout, and it's not always delivered well.
No, it's not.
Lisa, whenever she talks normally, is okay, but as soon as she has to put any kind of emotion into it, she starts to lose the ability to act. That could be a little bit harsh, but
It's when they go to the kiln for the first time,
yeah,
and then she's got
the Sarah Jessica Parker moment.
She's got the printout from the paper.
Yeah, she got the A3 printer
And then
that
she's just
the
like-
director's printer
Yeah.
that said this is a newspaper.
She said, "Fred Krueger used to work here. He kidnapped 20 kids and killed them."
Yeah, no emotion.
And then,
But also, I feel like there was a deleted scene. Like, even when we watched it tonight, when that happened, I turned to you like, has he told her any of this? Like, I don't think there's a
I don't
lot of
know.
him, like, telling her stuff. Oh, I had a couple of dreams. And then she's like, yeah, let's go and look at this kiln that I found when I printed the newspaper.
yeah, I feel like she's doing all the work to
Well,
find
he's
out
just
what the problem is.
Trying to
Sleep?
sleep,
Or not sleep?
not kill people,
Okay.
and suppress his homosexuality.
That takes a lot of effort.
It does take a lot of effort. I would have got a better ATAR if I didn't have to do that. What are you going to rate the dialogue?
Oh, God. On that
out of
note,
5?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm... Yeah.
A 1.5.
Ooh. All right. I'm going to give it a
It's very low.
2.5.
Okay.
A couple of people in the audience gave it a 5.
Because it's so bad, it's good.
Hopefully.
Is it?
Because they thought
Yeah.
as a comedy,
I mean, if it's a comedy,
it's a comedy, it's a great script.
Yeah.
There is a screenwriter in the audience. I hope she didn't give the dialogue a 5 out of 5. But the average is a 3. Most people gave it a 2.
So what are you giving it?
2.5.
2.5, right.
Yeah.
I'm usually harsher on these scores than you.
Well, I keep getting told I'm too nice. Except for last month,
Right.
when the audience told us off for how harsh we were on Hairspray.
Only on some of it.
I got told off for how harsh I was on Ricky Lake. Anyway, we're not talking about Hairspray. That's done. If you want to listen to the episode, you can go back in the Rainbow Popcorn feed for it. Entirety. The movie overall. As a so bad it's good horror movie,
Yep.
I think it's good.
I think it's good that it's so bad it's good, but that made no sense.
Yeah.
But it's not so bad that it's so good. It's not like, Plan 9 from Outer Space so bad that it's good. Because it's
I
not
almost
that
think
bad.
No, but I almost think it's up there with it because we
Okay.
laughed a lot tonight.
We did.
We enjoy. This is your third watching of it,
Yeah.
and you still enjoyed it.
I did. I suppose I did. Yeah, okay.
But
Well,
are we
five,
ra-
5 out of 5?
Yeah. Are we rating the entirety based on the fact that it's a slasher film, or based on the fact that it's now so bad it's good?
I'm rating it on if it's a good movie or not.
Then you're not going to give it a high score then. There are some scary moments. There's a couple of jump scares. When he leaps out of the decking at the pool, that's
Pretty
scary.
good.
There's a couple of moments like when he grabs Lisa by the throat, that's, a bit jump scary. And there's
Yeah.
some creepy moments that are occasionally done by bad dialogue. Like when he's walking into his sister's room, that's pretty creepy. And then she is sleeping like
that,
this
yeah.
for some reason.
And then the
"What
Freddy
time
song
is
they
it?"
have to put in there.
Yeah. And he just goes, "It's late, go to bed," and then leaves.
Yeah.
So that's a creepy moment that's probably not done well by the dialogue by the end of it. But I think it's scary. I think it would have been scary in 1985
Sure.
at a midnight screening.
Like a midnight screening, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to give it a 3.75.
Out of 5?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I liked it. I'll happily watch it in a double feature,
my
triple feature with
God.
Robot Monster and Plan 9 from Outer Space
Oh, God.
for bad horror movies.
I'm giving it...
I was going to wear my Criswell t-shirt tonight.
Great.
From Plan 9 from Outer Space, but I wore Doc Brown because it's the same year
Okay.
as Nightmare 2.
Good. I'm giving it a 1.5.
Okay. Okay.
It's not a good movie. It's
Okay.
funny, but
And
it's not meant to be funny.
Independently, it's not a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Objectively, which you're trying to be
Objectively.
as a movie reviewer.
Well, I don't know how you rated a 3.75.
Because I liked it and I'll happily watch it again.
We usually don't disagree this much.
There's
so
not normally this much gap between our... but 2/3 of the audience gave it a 3.
Well, there you go.
And then one person gave it a 4 and a couple of people gave it a 2. So
Don't
it's
know
around
where
a
that
3.
person who gave it a 4. I wonder what table they're sitting at.
Some other thoughts from the audience. One you'll like, the random whale noises from the opening.
The opening,
Which Brett wasn't sure about.
I was when I first watched it. Music, if we're calling it that, was on. It's like, oh, and I was like, why is there a dugong there?
No, dugong. It was the guy with the French horn that was on the bus.
Right.
That's what I noticed, and probably
Okay.
no one else in the room noticed the guy with the French horn getting off the bus. One dialogue thing that we missed that someone from the audience mentioned was as Grady's being murdered, the dad is just at the door saying, "It's me, your father, open the door."
Oh, yeah.
Like, shit's going down, Dad.
After Grady's been screaming for his dad,
For an
his
entire
dad
minute.
goes, "Hello, this is your father."
Yeah.
Okay.
Open the door.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't already trying to do that.
I was too distracted by, because that's when, Freddy's
coming out.
eye is in his mouth,
Yep.
and then he comes out of his stomach. And then
Then he gets his hat from somewhere,
Yep. Yep.
and then he's in the mirror.
He's like Indiana Jones. His hat's always just around.
I just rolled up to him in
Yeah.
the wind.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a similar hat too.
It is.
Interesting. Sweaty, someone wrote.
Sweaty.
It's a very sweaty movie.
Yeah, it is.
And then there's a couple of suggestions for movies that we might want to watch in the future, so we'll add them to the list.
Yes.
And we will see what comes up in the future.
Should we,
Do a total
the total,
score.
right?
Yes.
So the total score out of 50, isn't it?
Yep.
The total
Almost like I
Pride
planned it that
score
way.
is it is 26.
26.
And
okay.
that's not even the worst. So that's the third worst.
The third worst movie
The
that we've
third
rated
worst.
on Rainbow Popcorn.
So 26, which is just below Hairspray, which got 29.
But above Single All the Way, which was our last Christmas movie.
Yeah, and above Stonewall,
And
which
almost-
got 16.5.
Yeah. Almost 10 whole points above Stonewall, which
Yeah.
if you haven't watched it, people in the audience, don't.
Yes.
You can listen to our review and we'll tell you all of the terrible
Especially
things about
if you want to know what actually happened at Stonewall, do not watch the movie Stonewall.
Yeah. It should say very, very loosely based on some
not
people that
that.
might have been adjacent to true events.
That might have been there at the time.
That,
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Spoiler alert, according to Roland Emmerich, a twink started the riots at Stonewall.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
the entire point of the movie is, a heartbroken twink through the first brick.
Yeah.
Which is why it got a 16.5 from us. What's coming up?
Well, for our 2 Drink Cinema, our next episode, we have an episode out tomorrow that's just a general chat.
Oh, that is just a general
about what
chat.
we've watched.
Yep.
Then we're also doing Interview with the Vampire we've got
Yep.
coming up.
Another accidentally gay movie.
Maybe. I don't know if it's that unintentional.
Well, okay. Maybe, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will talk about
We
it.
will talk about that.
That will be on the 2 Drink Cinema feed in a couple of weeks' time. Our next Rainbow Popcorn, as you will have seen if you're here live on the trailers, is Can't Stop the Music. Disco,
Village
which is already
People
camp
movie.
as hell.
Great.
Village People, the campest of all.
Great.
So
Steve
that will be...
Guttenberg.
Yeah, Steve Guttenberg.
Don't know why.
What? And Twiggy.
It wasn't Twiggy.
That's not
It was
Twiggy?
some other woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a very interesting chat about Can't Stop the Music.
Yep.
And then for Christmas, we are reviewing Happiest Season, Kristen Stewart's Christmas movie.
Yeah.
We like Kristen Stewart now. I do.
Sure.
And
I've
also,
probably seen 3 of her movies, so I'll wait till see this one to judge.
all right. Also live at Pride for Pride Movie Night. Cortex is presenting later this month Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes.
Which is great
That'd
as
be
a
good.
Halloween musical. And then I've just gone blank.
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way in November. Thank you. And Love Actually, which we will definitely be here for
Yes.
in
We'll be
December.
here.
So if you want to know when all of those are coming out, you can buy tickets to all of those already.
Yep.
For the end of the year. But if you want to make sure you're up to date with that, follow Pride of Our Footscray and 2 out of 3 Brothers on the socials. And book for Cortex in a couple of weeks. We'll be
That's
back
next month.
On the 7th of November.
That's
for
correct.
Can't Stop the Music. And that's it for
It's done.
Rainbow Popcorn for
Yeah.
this month for Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. Thank you, Brett.
Thanks, Lee.